Hello guys, welcome to another video. We're going to look at NASDAQ, and if you're new here, make sure that you subscribe and hit the bell icon. Well guys, going forward, I'm going to do things slightly different. I'm going to try and reduce the size or the duration of the video, so I'll make sure that I keep it 6 minutes max. So I'm not going to go into deep details, but I'll still give you enough information for you to make up your decision and take trades, right? So let's get started. So we're going to do NASDAQ first, and we always start with the highest time frame, and on this time frame nothing much has changed from the previous analysis that we had, right? If you still remember, this is our monthly chart, and on monthly we are still at the support, but I think we did break it, if I still remember very well. Yes, we moved lower than the support here. We broke it here. If I can bring this slightly up, because it ends somewhere there, we did move lower than it, which means this could end up opening more room to come to this, but it doesn't mean immediately it breaks it you need to enter and say it's going to go there. No, you need to wait for the nearest zone and hope that that zone is going to hold. So on this time frame, because this support was broken, it means currently the nearest support is this one and the nearest resistance is this one. So we know that the best here, they could have, this is also a possibility that they opened more room to go to the downside. This time frame is very much bearish, so we are looking for areas where we can try and sell. On this time frame, it makes sense that because of what we have got a trend line somewhere there, so maybe from inside this, around the trend line, inside that resistance, you will get something like a pullback. So that's why it makes sense that if you want to hold for long term and hope that it will push until here, you can try and get that from inside this area of resistance. So this is all that you can say with regards to what your monthly chart. It is bearish trend line holding, price trying to make its way to the nearest resistance, which is the one that pushed down and broke this guy. So chances are that it's going to hold and reject the price, so you're waiting there if you're someone that trades the bigger time frame. Let's do a weekly. Let's see on weekly. On weekly, what the price did was that, if you still remember, we had taken this one here, and let's see, let's just bring the whole thing, just check if it was broken. This was taken out, this is not taken out. So this is your nearest support here, it's this one here, and it's holding. So there is your nearest support on weekly, and here is your nearest resistance on weekly. Support and resistance, and the trend line is here, right? So weekly is also bearish, and we know that on monthly, that monthly resistance, the support which was here was taken out, and because this time frame is also bearish, and it means we can search for trades to go to the downside somewhere from around here. If it fails, it means you'll have to wait for the monthly one, which is if you just bring it back so that you can see where it starts, the monthly area of resistance, so that we can see if your weekly one is also in line with the monthly one. So the monthly one starts from somewhere around there. So let's go back to weekly and see that if we're taking our weekly area of resistance, you can see the monthly one starts here, the weekly one starts exactly here. So it means that if you decide to trade from this weekly resistance, you will be saying I'm selling from the weekly resistance, because weekly is bearish and this weekly resistance is inside the monthly resistance, and also monthly is bearish. So it will make sense that you are trying to take trades from there. So on this time frame, you'll be trying to get trades from there for you to go to the downside. But remember, the support that is holding here, you mustn't overlook it, right? So when the price is coming back, you're still going to exit some of your trades there. You're not going to say I'm pushing it all the way down to that monthly support. Yes, it can get there, but you just need to be patient. You just need to make sure that you do not neglect anything along the way. Any area where the price might struggle to break, any area where the price might find resistance, you need to make sure that you exit there. So that's all that we can see on our weekly chart, because I'm trying to make sure that the videos going forward, they are not too long, right? So now this is our daily chart. Our daily chart looks something like this, and the daily trend line is here, not broken. In the mentorship, if you join my mentorship, I'll give you all the conditions around with regards to a trend line and what it is, how to draw it, how to remove, when to remove it, when to neglect it. On all those that information, I'll give it to you in the mentorship. But here, what I can tell you is that this trend line is not broken, and I know that there are people that when they trade, they would have said they are selling here because of what the trend line is broken, and they'll even put errors like that. But with me, the way I trade, it's not broken, and the guys that are in the mentorship, they know that trend line is not taken out. And the nearest support, which is exactly this one, is the one that when the price was moving towards the trend line, it challenged the trend line but it did not break it. It just moved slightly into the support, then it got rejected. So the support, because remember it's a zone that is controlled by the buyers, it's a buyer's territory. They kicked in, they rejected the price. And remember where the sellers were being rejected, all those pin bars at the top, it was here at the resistance, right? So when the price, that's why I'm saying, even if you get a trade to go up or down, you need to know where the nearest zone is at so that you know where you're going to exit. You're not going to hold until Jesus comes back. So now currently the price is rejected from the support, and then it went up. And if you look at it here, it's forming what? Because this candlestick it opened here on Friday, so it's what we call bullish engulfing. So chances are that this bullish engulfing, it's most likely going to continue like that, because bullish engulfing is suggesting that the bulls are strong. So it's most likely going to continue like that, taking this out, maybe trying to reach the next one. And reaching the next one, remember, that will be like going into the resistance, the weekly and the monthly one that we're saying the price going to be rejected from. So maybe because of this bullish engulfing, the bulls will have one last push to the upside towards that area for weekly, monthly resistance somewhere up there. Then that's where maybe we can start searching for trades to go to the downside. So for now, the bulls, they have that chance, but we cannot just go in and buy yet because of what? Where we are. This resistance, yes, it's not fresh, it was hit before, but it doesn't mean it has to be broken. So you need to have those signs that say, no, now it's broken, now we can start buying because it's no longer there. So that's all that we have here. And I think even on weekly, we did have, last week when we did the analysis, we mentioned that we have this bullish engulfing. So which means the bulls are stronger even on weekly. They're most likely going to push to at least somewhere there. And that's where we'll expect them to be rejected because of what this time frame is bearish, and the monthly also is bearish. And there, around there, we've got a monthly area of what? Of resistance as well. So let's do H4, and then we're going to end it on H1. So hopefully we'll be able to catch some of these trades. So on H4, what happened was that I did manage to get a trade here last week because the trend line was here. This is where we had the trend line, and this is where we had the area of support. And because of what, we couldn't buy from that support, simply because the price, we know here, it's when it's coming from that daily area of resistance. Remember the daily area of resistance we're discussing now. And when the daily area of resistance is hit and the price is now reacting from it, approaching a H4 support, it's not a good sign for us to take that. In this case, it got rejected for the first time, but it broke the trend line. And when it broke the trend line, that's when you like, this is the resistance, this one here. This is the resistance that broke the trend line, and it is inside that daily area of resistance. That's why I managed to get my trades, but I exited somewhere here on this tail here. But remember, this was a very nice area of support because of what? It is inside that daily one where the price got rejected, and then now it's taking off again, right? So that's why if you wanted to catch some trades there with confirmation, obviously, and then you're pushing to the upside, you'll still be exiting around here because it's still back to inside that daily support and resistance that you don't know if it's going to be broken or not. So you don't have to trade against them. But currently you can see even on this time frame, the bulls are very much strong, right? So should the price do something like this, move higher than this or maybe higher than this, you'll be able to bring your trend line there, and maybe you can catch a pullback. Then that's when you go into that next daily, the weekly, the monthly. That's where we said we're expecting a deeper pullback. So for now, this is going to have a chance of moving to the upside, but it's still gonna struggle to pass here. You need to wait for that guy to be out yet before you can think of doing what? Of trading. So the only way you can sell here, if you are someone that's trading very small time frames like M15, maybe if the price inside that daily resistance, it gives you something like this on your M15, you can place self-stop there. But you need to be very strict with your stop loss, and remember the trade, it can still fail because of what is happening on the higher time frames. We still have a chance to push up, right? So that's why you need to make sure you have a stop loss above there. So that's the only way if you want to trade from around there. So basically that's all that we have on your on NASDAQ. So that's what you can expect from it, right? So let's see H1. How does H1 look like? Now this is how the H1 looks like, right? So remember that area that we were mentioning, that daily area of support where the price bounced from, is this one here. And then after that, it just went up and took everything out, because it's coming from daily, right? Now it is back inside another daily. So that is why I said it's possible that if you're someone that trades smaller time frames, M15s, where you know that you can take that risk, and the thing is going to be very small. The risk in terms of the stop loss is going to be very small. So you can wait for signs of rejections there. Then you place a self stop behind those below those rejection candlesticks, and then you make sure that the stop loss is there. should in case just in case the price does something like that, because it's possible the price can move anyway it wants, anyhow it wants. So if it gives you the rejection candlesticks, you enter, then you just watch and see how it moves from there. So remember the area that I said I taken trades from is this one here, because even on this time frame, it is the one that gave you what, the breakout, this one here, and then the retest of that, that's what I got. And then around this, that's where I just had to go out because I didn't think it will go down that much. But right inside where I exited, you can see you still had some bearish rejection candlesticks, which are the signs that the price is going to have chances of moving to the downside. That's why you could even go with what, a sell stop, the same thing that I'm saying you can use there at the top. But what, remember, if you're trading H4s and daily, you are inside a very critical area. Maybe if it's taken out, you can take a pullback. So that's it, guys. That's all that I wanted to share with you, or that's all that we have currently on this US 100 or NASDAQ. You are inside the daily. Look at how it reacts there. If you want to go short, make sure you have stop losses in place, because of what, remember, weekly is pushing up straight and then it's trying to reach for that weekly resistance. But you can catch those small movements to the downside in between. You just need to be careful and always make sure that you have a stop loss in place. So that's it, guys. I'm gonna keep my videos short this time around, but it's still 12 minutes, but it's not bad. So I'll give you another one just after this one. So the first video, it's NASDAQ. So hopefully you'll be able to get some trades throughout the week. And if you're interested in this style of trading, where I'll be taking you through the entire process, the entire course, or the entire concept that I'm you know, the ones that you see me using here, I'll give you full information, more information than what I'm actually divulging here, so you can just text me and then we will take it from there. Otherwise, make sure that you subscribe, and also don't forget to like, guys, so that YouTube can push this video towards more people like yourself that may need this kind of information. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.